Also developing route 4, the Department of Justice wants a federal judge to reconsider the release of a Titusville teen accused of killing his stepsister.
West 2 broke the news that a federal grand jury indicted Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother for her murder. West 2's Megan Moriarty is live with what the new documents reveal. Megan?
So the 16-year-old, he entered a not guilty plea back in February, and a judge said that he found probable cause for the charges against him, but not for detaining him because he is a juvenile. However, now he is being tried as an adult, so the government wants him to take a second look.
The 16-year-old stepbrother of Titusville teenager Anna Kepner could be taken into custody according to newly filed court documents. He's accused of killing and sexually abusing his 18-year-old stepsister while the family was on a cruise last year.
It is exceedingly rare for the government to pursue charges against someone who is a juvenile. It's not that it can't be done. There are provisions in place to do it. But as a practical matter, it is, when I say rarely done, I mean really, really rarely done.
He pled not guilty back in February when he was formally charged. But now that this case is being transferred to adult prosecution, prosecutors want him detained. Chris Carson is a criminal defense attorney not affiliated with the case, but gave insight into this unique decision.
The government's motion in this case is going to trigger an additional what's called detention hearing, where the court is going to look at certain considerations, first and foremost, to determine whether he should remain at liberty while the case is pending or whether he should be held in detention.
The teenager went before a federal judge in Miami back in February, but didn't answer questions from reporters. We're not identifying him by his full name since court documents only use the initials TH when talking about him. Carson says the rules have changed now that he's charged as an adult. Prosecutors now have a much easier path to keeping him behind bars.
Now that there has been a superseding indictment, which is going to be much more analogous to an adult prosecution, the factors under the Bail Reform Act are going to weigh much more heavily in favor of detention.
And so a judge will have to decide whether or not to grant or deny that motion. If it is approved, they will then need to schedule a hearing to decide what's next. Covering Brevard County, we're live. Megan Moriarty, West 2 News.